It's showtime.
What's up, my writing weirdos? Hey, it is me, BC, and I am back with Sako. Sorry, I've been a little MIA lately. I have been so out of it with a ton of work to do. But I am really glad to be here tonight. Most of you know me. My name is BC Brown. You're on my channel. I hope you know where you are. If not, that's okay. We should be dual broadcasting, by the way, to both Sako's and my channel tonight. So if you're on both, then awesome. I don't know. I'm out of it. I'm just really out of it. Sako, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Howdy, neighbors. I'm Sako Tumi, also known as Cass Voit. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those three things. You can usually find me on every other week. On my channel. Currently we are on BC's channel, so subscribe to me and you'll catch the whole story.
Yeah, make sure you do go ahead. If you're not subscribed yet, I would love it if you go ahead and subscribe down below. Get weird with my buttons, do the like thing, do the share thing if you would like. That would even be awesome. I'm okay with that too. And then also make sure you go over to Sako's stream and make sure that you subscribe there, because we are doing, like she said, alternating weekend or Damn, now you got me doing it.
Yeah. It's all my fault.
Alternating weeks where we're on her channel some Tuesdays, my channel the opposite Tuesdays. And we are writing our sequel to our, what did I just do with it? I had it in my hand. Paranormal mystery novel. Paranormal urban fantasy that we wrote together, all live on stream 2 years ago. So now you guys are getting to chill with us while we write the sequel for it. I'm having a ton of fun. So
I'm gonna have a ton of fun.
I figure tonight we'll do probably end up doing just the 20-minute sprints, unless you're wanting to do more chatting to kind of get caught up, since we've been not in sync with time. Mostly my fault. Entirely my fault, actually.
Totally not a problem. Let's see. I think maybe 20 minutes on, 10 minutes off.
I think it's pretty good. Yeah. And give us a chance to
and we can also chat in the
document. So I want to go ahead and show people kind of
chatty.
Yeah, I want to go ahead and show some folks what we've been doing, so that they
okay,
kind of can see it.
Actually, a really good example is the scene where Kyler is shaking from the vision.
Oh yeah, actually.
So you can see the different colors and stuff.
Mm-hmm. See how far down that is. So what you guys are looking at currently is Sako and Maya's working zero draft. It's where we basically took the beats and put them in as they were, and then we go into each beat, say, hey, I'm going to write on this today. And then the opposite person kind of edits lightly, makes some changes, makes some suggestions or whatever, and then back and forth. What Sako was talking about was here. I'm going to blow this up just a little bit. Was right here where we are writing in two different colors. So basically anything you see on my screen that's in black is supposed to be in white, and anything that's in white is supposed to be in black. I just don't like white mode for the screens. So our beat is in this section right here that we're working on. And then you can see the different colors that we've been writing in. Sako tends to write more in, actually in black, but sometimes writes in other colors. I've
I
been
tried
sticking.
teal, but it's like an OD green on your.
Is this section?
Yeah.
All right, no problem. That is good to know. So yeah, and then I've been writing, more or less kind of in the green as well as the purple.
Yeah.
Or yellow, purple, or not yellow. Jeez. All right, I'm bad. Words bad. No good today. But so yeah, what we're doing is we're going back and forth, different sections. We basically just call dibs. We're like, dibs. Whoever wants to
Dibs on this scene.
Yeah.
I
Whoever
call
wants to
dibs on the romance and
I called dibs on the torture.
Damn it.
I did it though. I already did it. That was the church scene where meeting Zebulon.
Yeah.
Poor Kyler.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, you can kind of see, for anybody that is in the chat and wants to take a look, kind of see how we're working through the document. You can see where one of us has gone in and made or gotten rid of some stuff, put some stuff in. And then
copy edits,
Yeah, basic copy edits. Yeah. So, and this is one of our beats, and just something that came up in mind while we were writing the beats. One of those like, ooh, I've caught a little rabbit, and I'm gonna see where it goes. This was a very short sprint of a rabbit for me, but but yeah. So, and then we go into each section, into each of the beats, and then write with that. I have no idea where I left off, honestly. I'm going to take this down a moment so I can get my video queued up for timer in a few minutes. So I think we're planning on doing 20-minute sprints and 10-minute chatty chats, which will probably go longer.
Depends on the comments, I think.
We've got an RC Scott that is just blowing on in. Always. Sako doing double time. But, yeah, so I can't even remember where I left off. Do you?
It's been a couple weeks.
Oh, this has got to go in Dersha's.
Hi, Spence.
You're just over it, totally over it, RC? There are days. I'm totally over my OBS at the moment. I'm over just trying to figure it out. I've seen you in ages. I'm so happy to see you. Oh, wait, hold on. See. You my little hearts. You my little hearts. Likes you. It doesn't like me. I think my hands are obscured. It only. Oh, there we go. Finally.
There we go. Yeah.
Jeez. Slow. Sometimes things are so slow.
Sometimes I have both my thumbs up by accident, and I'll just get
Fireworks, baby.
Fireworks because I'm like holding my arms or whatever,
and it can see your thumbs up. But look, mine's like, bitch, I don't care. Oh, it's not even the. I want to try. Still doesn't like me. That's okay. It doesn't have to like me. I like me more than enough for everybody.
Oh, Spence.
Oh, yay.
Oh yeah, she can't see me.
I do that all the time. Like I'll be on, in other people's chats for their streams, and they're like, hi BC, good to see you. And I'm like waving, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not on camera.
I'm not on camera.
I'm just not on camera. Oh, okay.
Okay, so we are 9.5 minutes in. Do we want to do a sprint?
Yes, we do. What section are you looking at? Kind of shooting for?
I might finish the appetizer intro because I had Dorisha basically enter the church and take a seat, and I haven't done any of the... Oh, you were going to do the torture.
I did the torture scene.
Oh, okay.
Wait, which torture are we talking about? Original church?
I need to write the scene where the preacher is preaching.
Okay, that's no problem. So that's like chapter 3, I think. Yeah, the appetizer, chapter 3.
I have no frame of reference because I'm a Buddhist, and
it's cool because you're a witch and a Buddhist, and
words are hard.
Mm-hmm. See, we're way better with them when they come out of our fingers rather than our mouths.
I have a lot of rattling in the brain. Rattling on the brain? What's up?
Oh, you have a lot of ratting in the brain. Does that mean that you have like the rat that's like clawing and gnawing and wants to tell a story and bugging you, or?
Oh, rattling.
Oh no, rattling. Okay, I was like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly there, but it's cool. It's cool. I've got a lot of fog apparently in my brain and cotton in my mouth, so we'll figure it out. Yeah. So anything that you do, Sako, that you're unsure of in that section, like as far as like going to church and stuff like that is involved, feel free. I'll go back through and I'll do the edits, and so it'll be fun. Rats need nests of yarn, so it's fiber arts time. I like it.
Julio. The council. Kyler asks council for help, but the lieutenant declines.
Okay. So I think it looks like I cut off right in the middle of Kyler deciding that they're going to help Gloria.
Okay.
So I'm just going to finish up that section, and then I will bounce to something, and I'll let you know in the chat as soon as I figure it out.
I need to start making a list of the scenes that I need to finish.
Okay. I need to keep better track.
I write chapter 8.
Okay. Off the top of my head, let's go look at what chapter 8 is.
This is where we find out about Jerry.
The council, yeah.
Is it that the lieutenant recognizes his aura or something?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Like, maybe something along the lines of that is the lieutenant's one of the lieutenant's many abilities as a mage, and can see that, one, Kyler's not being entirely truthful, and 2, is in trouble, like serious trouble, because their spidey sense is just going crazy at this point. So, so yeah, I think that's a good idea. Oh, you can write the torture later when Gloria gets tortured. Since you were sad that you didn't get to write the earlier torture.
I suppose I could.
You don't have to.
Part of my brain just faded to black, but like
it's okay. We'll get done what we can get done. There's no worries.
Okay.
Let's go ahead.
I feel like there's no hurry. We're still working out the first act.
Yes. Give me 1 second. I am gonna try and pull up a timer. Yeah, we're still working through a lot of things, so I'm not worried about. It's still the 0 draft, so where's my timer at? So annoyed.
It might be more outline fleshing.
Okay. I think that's good.
Because I'm dying for my after dinner cigarette.
Gotcha. That's okay. I understand that. I'm gonna have to grab something to eat very briefly. All right. guess I can't find my current timer, so let's find one on YouTube.
Lauren Nettles, maybe?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go and grab one from Lauren, or Laura. She's got 8 billion of them.
Yes. And they're spooky.
Yes, and they are spooky, and I like them a lot. Let's see. I've just got to find one that isn't like a 30-minute timer because she's like an epic sprinter.
Oh, my client shared my MiG 100.
Aw. It's nice when clients like help out.
Like street team for me.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
I love street teams. Like,
he's like, hey,
unexpected.
He's like, I got this artist to work on my project. And also she has her own MiG 100. So go check it out. And I was like, that's cool. We just worked out the payment schedule. And I drew a spaceship.
Cool. I like. All right.
Let's and it's organic.
Look at you.
I was like, sci-fi can be organic.
Yeah, of course. No problem.
And windows can be dots.
Yes, windows can be dots. Where is
spaceships? I drew 2 spaceships today. One looked like a fighter and one looks like a ship.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's fun, though. I like that. Come on. Computer, what? There it is. Okay.
I should watch her goal thing.
I
should watch her goal video.
Yeah, I haven't watched it recently at all.
Oh, it just went up today.
Man, I want to eat that's down there, but that's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna get started, y'all, in our sprint in 3, 2, 1. Sprint. See you in 20, y'all.
Our timer expired. Our timer.
Beep, beep, beep. How's that? Yeah. I was busy trying to find
The zone.
the deets for the lieutenant.
Yeah, I just went to the Series Bible entry for the captain, and
I know we've got him.
it's blank.
I know. So yeah, that's what I'm like
I
trying
know
to.
we gave a brief sentence about who they were, but I don't think we went particularly deep into it.
No, all we did was give the names and we gave the names of each one. We gave what area they
Right.
cover. Here's some of the information. So the Southwest Lieutenant is John Martinson. But that's for like Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado. Yeah, like the Four Corners area, kind of.
Captain Ford, we have his scene. East Coast Lieutenant Jazz is there's a brief thing on that. Jacob Lamont, I don't remember who that is.
That was the attorney, the DA, I think.
Oh, why don't I rename that then?
Yeah.
Rename DA Jacob Lamont.
Yeah, because he's the one that gets like all up in bad guy from Lambeau's face. See.
Dixie Ambrose.
Lieutenant Brenner is the Northwest. Lieutenant Brenner, let's see if we ever gave her first name.
Southwest Coast.
That's just there. So I know Lieutenant Brenner was Washington, Oregon.
Brenner. Yeah.
There we go. And California.
Yeah. Amanda Brenner. So am I writing Amanda? Is that what's happening?
You may have to go back and look like description because I don't know where we put it. I'm surprised that it's not in our character hot sheet. But
oh, there's a link to her office. That's cool.
Oh, okay. All right. So Spence mended some britches for Noah.
Neat.
Yeah. I can do small amounts of mending, stuff like that, but I'm not very good at it. It's actually what I want to do this year.
Let's get better at it.
This winter and spring is kind of like I want to just get better at sewing in general. But I haven't gotten there yet.
My husband is surprisingly a pretty good tailor. Like he made his like pirate costume, and his sewing machine came with a videotape on how to use the machine.
Well, that's helpful.
And he used a lot of like interfacing and applique and stuff. So like I'm wondering how it's holding together because it's not technically sewn.
It's just like patched together.
It's like smushed together. It's like ironed in place.
Yeah. I get it. I don't know. Maybe it is holding up. Maybe not. I have had some of the weirdest like DIY on the go fixes of
Me
like
too.
buttons and shirt and tears and shirts and stuff like that.
Um,
And they
yeah.
hold up. Like I have one that I just had like a patch that I just sewed in place.
Mhm.
And it wasn't even really a sew. I just like tacked it in place, like so it wouldn't curl up and stuff. And it was holding strong. It's been holding strong forever. It was in like one of my favorite backpacks.
My high school backpack got donated by
Aw.
accident.
I hated my high school backpack. It had to be clear. So, I went to school. I went to school just after Columbine. That was when I was in high school.
Just after Columbine, yeah.
Yeah. So
my military jacket was called Trenchcoat Mafia.
yeah, we were
Yeah.
banned from wearing any kind of camo that wasn't hunter's camo. So no military stuff. We had to have clear backpacks.
Goddamn.
Yeah. So a ton of stuff. It was just stupid for my little podunk agricultural town. It's like, that's just ridiculous. But so it looks like Spence got really into fiber arts last year, not just sewing, crochet, machine knitting, now learning tatting.
When I
Wanna
get
get
black book rugs. Very
That's pretty cool. I'm not particularly craftsy like that. I can do some craft stuff, and I'm particularly good at flower. I can crochet a little bit. I'm particularly good at flower arrangements for some reason. I don't know why. But I'm just not very good at crafts in general. I never really have been. I'm kind of like, I just have a really big hand-eye coordination delay and issue, which is why I'm not any good at video games either.
I see.
But
I just came to the conclusion that I haven't played video games all week. Like over the weekend and into this week, I haven't played video games. And Beyond Two Souls is taunting me.
I just looked up I just watch. I'm sorry. I'll like watch my
Watch your
wife,
game.
yeah, play her video games, and I like it. It's nice. So it's really relaxing. I don't know what just happened to. Oh, that's not what I was looking for.
So Spence inherited it in a big bad way. And also inherited the butt. I could just make that, Jean. Yeah. Well, the downside to that is, does it cost more to make it or to buy it?
That is definitely it. Because if I made stuff, it would cost way more just because I don't know what I'm doing. So, but then sometimes it just really costs so much.
And it still costs more money to make stuff instead of buy it.
True. I mean, it does. Sometimes it just costs a lot of money.
It's ridiculous. Like knits and stuff. Like, I don't want to pay $10 a fucking yard.
Yeah. It's like, no, thank you. But yeah, I just
small, so I can get away with using 2 yards, but I don't want to have to pay that much.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It can really be annoying to have to, like, yeah, I just don't want to pay that much. I'm a cheapskate. I'm also though an upcycler for old clothes. So I am huge into thrift stores and consignment stores and yard sales and anything I can get. Old clothes, somebody else's clothes. I love it. It's my favorite thing. I would rather be given like money as a gift to go thrift store shopping than have somebody buy me something new. So it does. It kind of depends on the thing and the materials. Okay, yeah. If you didn't make it, you wouldn't be buying it. That's a good way to like balance yourself out of as far as the like what you spend money on or not spend money on. It's like, okay, that's pretty cool. So I didn't have a timer up for our little chat sprint, but we are going on the 10-minute mark.
Okay. I think I can write.
You think you can write?
I think
Okay.
I can write.
I'm going to try and finish up the accepting the gig after Zebby's special dinner scene. I didn't get very far into it, but we will.
Is
We'll
this
see.
a telecall, by the way? Like this, or are they going to her Seattle office?
They could do a telecall. She could just. I mean, who's to say she's not in the area on business? Like she could be in LA, a little closer, or yeah, they could fly up there. I guess if they wanted to. Actually, they can't fly up there because this is. Oh no, we did. We went ahead a couple of years, so we're good. We're out of airports, lockdowns and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah. So either way works for me. If you want to base it in the Seattle hour that she keeps as an office, or if you want to put her closer because she's nearby on business, that would work.
Okay.
Okay. All right, y'all. We are going to get started on another 20-minute sprint, and it is going to go in 3, 2. I can't. I told you my hand-eye coordination sucks. 3, 2, 1. Sprint.
cool. We get an ad in our timer. That's awesome.
Oh, it's so stupid. So I'm sure that took up a couple of seconds of timer, so everybody's going to get a couple of seconds more. I hate it. Beepity beep, beepity beep, beepity beep. I'm back, y'all. Hope you are too. All right. So I did finish up.
Second sprint?
That was our second sprint. So yes, we have finished our second sprint of the evening. I'm so proud of us.
I am like combing through the outline and like highlighting all the areas where we need to flesh out the character, and like 3 characters so far that need to be made. So
Okay.
I think that's what I'm doing this stream, is making characters.
I am totally good with that.
Like the officer guy. He deserves a name.
Yeah, we should probably give it one. I mean, if we feel that way, if we feel so inclined. I was gonna ask something and I can't remember what it was. I can't recall.
And I think I'm gonna make a team that is like feverishly zealous for Zebulon.
Oh yeah, I figure he's gonna have like his
Like Zebulon isn't necessarily the one going after Kyler and his and their friends and family and stuff. So
what is it? Okay, there we go.
Oh, chat timer.
Yeah. Figured we'd put the chat timer up.
Okay.
That's all.
Cool.
But yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think we should definitely make sure that he has not only like his, I don't know, bodyguards, enforcers, whatever, but an expanded elite force that kind of like that he delegates to. I think is a good idea. And
I think they should just be guys who are like super hunters, super like, you know, former military, like
I agree.
Like born again. You know?
Oh, definitely. They definitely have to be born again.
So
I think that that's a good idea, because if they're expected to kind of go out and do their own thing a little bit without Zebby like right over the top of them the whole time,
right.
I think that's good, and it gives us the opportunity for Peggy to do a little, to like make suggestions to the guys.
Oh, Peggy.
Like little whispered suggestions to this squad of guys that's not necessarily directly Zebulon, of all these little extra things that need to be done. Peggy. We gotta have Peggy in there enough to...
Currently, I think we have one scene that I X'd out that had Peggy in it. And
Yes.
I think we don't mention her again, so I'm gonna try and like weave her back into the story.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. She does need to show up a couple times. I was gonna put her in the dinner scene, the torture dinner, and I think I forgot.
So she should totally be there, like in the choir or in the front row or something.
Yeah. I can add it back in.
Church scene.
Yeah, and I can add her off in a corner kind of a thing, more like the hostess or greeter or whatever, into the torture dinner, just so she has a presence that early.
Absolutely.
That won't be a problem. I can do that. Okay,
so I'm going to make sense of chapter 16.
Cool. I jumped to finishing. Where was I at?
I think I know what I was trying to say.
Okay.
I think you just smiled and nodded, but I think I know where I was going with this.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on I'm on chapter 6, Back to Work.
Oh, okay.
When Darian reveals the headless corpses thing. I had
Okay.
ran out of steam before and made a note. I ran out of steam. So that's where I slipped back into.
So I feel like we should like highlight like an entire line in a separate color. The last line in the scene, like if we stop midway into the scene, so that we know that scene needs to go back and be finished.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. At the beginning of this sprint, I'll go in and see. I'll go in and see if there are any that I can see that are unfinished that I did yet. And
I know the church is unfinished. I know the dinner is unfinished. I know
which dinner?
The first dinner.
Oh no, I just finished it. The last sprint, and then I skipped over to Headless Corpses.
Brilliant.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't have much left, so I went ahead and finished it.
Okay.
Went ahead and finished that, and went ahead and finished the after Kyler goes running away from the church, and why running away from the dinner and the torture and everything, just so we could set up a little more why they're choosing to get involved.
Right.
So, and yeah, I just finished that up too. So,
hi, Nikki.
It's good to see you. So we're just on a chat timer right now. So we've got about 5 more minutes till we hit our 3rd sprint. We're doing 20-minute sprints with 10-minute chat timers in between. Just letting you know.
And we are just talking shop.
Yeah, we are brainstorming a little bit. We're discussing what we remember, what we're going to do next sprint.
Kind of noticing that some scenes need to be switched around with other scenes, and
that comes up a lot, though. You'll know, I'm sure everybody knows with writing a book in general, you're always scene swapping and moving things around for continuity and stuff like that. But when it comes to series, you have to do it a lot, like way more than you kind of thought you would have to do it, because you have to weave in the previous events a little bit, so that if for some reason
you could do it Laurel K. Hamilton style and just reprint the fucking scene.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of her particular decision to. She didn't do that in the first 3 or 4 books
She did it between books 1 and 2.
Did she? I guess I didn't notice. Maybe I just didn't notice.
With Philippa the Many Scars, she reprinted his death.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'll admit I did that in book 2. Of my paranormal mystery series, and it was something I always regretted, not rewriting the scene at least a little bit, different point of view, different angle, some new information, something. And I regret not doing it. And so once I get around to finishing the revisions for book 2, it's gonna have some new written stuff.
Also, I will beta for that shit.
Thank you. Yes, I'm actually starting to wrap up book 1's, I think, final revisions before it's got to go out to betas. So, because my alphas, they gave me a little bit of input. So now it's just got to go out to betas. So if you're interested in becoming a beta reader for a paranormal mystery novel, psychics and serial killers style, let me know. I can use them. I've got a stable of betas that I've used over the years, but the more betas I can use, the better. Because it's nobody's ever, I'll have 45, 46, something like that betas that are on my list. But it only seems like 1 or 2 are available at a time. So the bigger the list I can have, the greater my percentages of having more beta. So what are you working on tonight, Nikki?
Yeah.
Love to find out. I mean, you know what we're doing. It's in the title. We talk about it. We've been doing it for months. It's going to be that whole everybody knows what we're doing, like we got into with the last, with Flambeau. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um,
so let's
so,
see.
so Kyler in chapter 15, I think he should, or they should, have something of a blowout when they get the visions of the um, vampires, I think.
Let me get to 15. Hold on. Back home, old gigs. Kitty comes back.
He says, I don't
Oh,
want to be a fighter,
yeah.
but he, like, he's got to have like a big blowout so that he gets the attention of the Grey sisters.
Yeah, I think. What are you? I know we've only got like
I thought he
50
was
seconds.
having a vision during the seance.
Yeah, but it's going to have to be something more massive than vision number 1 in book 1.
Right.
I mean, that was Lucifer himself. So, I agree with you. We do need to have a massive thing there that's going to call the sisters, kind of a thing.
Maybe he gets a vision of Satan and the connection with Peggy.
Oh, that's possible. It is far enough along. Yeah, it's far enough along to not give away the. Yeah, I like it to not give away the.
Like right before the climax, right?
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, it is.
I feel like that's a good time to introduce Satan.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of which, perfect timing that we have.
Timing.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Let me get back to Laura's timer here real quick. All right, we got 20 minutes on the clock, everyone. I think Sako and I have decided our designated areas for this sprint, and we are going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Sprint, y'all. Beep, 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 beep. That's it all.
Shiver.
Yes, shiver.
Shiver.
All right. So I just chatted you back to finish my thought right there.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. So I'm just going back in and weaving Peggy back into the torture dinner scene.
Cool.
So I know it's important that we have. I mean, I don't know. It's important that we have Kyler be the person that actually ends it, like is the end of it. I mean, Zebby will end it by confessing all of the stuff. Then I figured we'd have the whole reveal of Satan thing. Because at that point his true nature would be called out. So maybe his illusion, his walking meat bag illusion goes away.
So I have this idea that Justicia is present for the fight.
Mhm.
It's Justicia that calls in Michael.
Yes.
And Michael basically levels the field.
I'm a little concerned about that. Only for one reason. If we actually have a big name, like an archangel or a prince of hell, like attack the other side in any way, shape, or form, even if it's stopping something, I think it would kick off the apocalypse. Which is what we're trying to avoid, is heaven and hell going back to war with each other.
Well, that should be a thing in book 3 or later, depending on how many books in this series we end up doing.
True.
But
book three is going to deal with the Fae. If we do a book 3, it's going to deal with the Fae.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not exactly heaven and hell war. So my thoughts with Michael coming down was he could, like, put them in a bubble, a time bubble.
Stasis.
Yeah. Yes, a stasis. That's not exactly attacking. It's more of just a, let's give people time to talk this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a thing. Even though he's, usually, like, gung-ho to fight, he knows what this would do.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, here's an idea.
So the Unbound is fighting vampires?
Yeah, because they sided with Zebby.
We should mention that earlier.
That the vampire sided with Zebby? Well, we have to, we do have to mention it earlier. I'm not sure. It's got to be right before the climax that they make that decision. Maybe Gloria is distraught over the choice, but can't really go against the Methuselahs and their decisions. So that's an idea. Let's see. So what if we have Justicia come in and she uses her power to burn to stop everything? Like to pause it?
Maybe we don't have Michael. Maybe it's Justicia instead.
Okay. So we could have just awesome. Have them discussing things, the fate of the world and the universe and everything, in a ring of fire. The fire that she can cast that's just
blue.
That's just blue and would burn everything away, including a demon, a prince of hell, walking Earth.
Oh, and the visage would.
And that because they're so close, because Satan is so close to the blue fire, Peggy melts
It
away.
It
Melts, just
it
like
could melt.
melt, drip. I'm thinking like wax house style dripping off of, like, to reveal. And then we're going to have to figure out what the hell Satan looks like. But, I mean,
Is Satan and Lucifer separate people?
yes. Because it's a great punctuation. Yeah. Yeah. Satan and Lucifer are two separate people. It still won't do it for me. See?
Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Okay, yes. So in the concept of the seven princes of hell and the fall of Lucifer to earth, Lucifer is the one that rebelled, and
Right.
Satan and the seven princes supported him in his rebellion. Because Lucifer is the prince of pride, and Satan, I won't do that, like, I'll do that real quick. And Satan is the prince of wrath. So, I know, it's a thing. But, so, yeah, I'm
feel
thinking...
we should make that clear by the end of the book.
Yeah, I think it's
Like
definitely
the
going to have to...
hierarchy and the...
Yeah, it's
I
going to have
think
to...
that should be Gloria that basically just
Yes.
tells everybody
Yeah, when she gives the lore,
when she gives the lore.
like the vampire lore, because that is... I mean, so hell was created for the purpose of when Lucifer fell. Hell was created because it's his jail just as much as it's the other six princes' jail, as much as it's evildoers' jail.
Sure.
I
also like the idea of there being like alien god sort of creatures that also inhabit hell.
of course.
Like, who knows what universes they come from? Like, they just make hell so horrific.
Yeah, they're like Lucifer's enforcers, kind of a thing, or torturers,
or that they're just their own thing, like that. They are just taking up space.
I like that. If we can do the as above, so below. So if there are alien whatevers in hell doing their thing and just getting their yayas off by torturing humans.
I think that's what the seraphim are.
Yeah, then the seraphim would be alien beings, if we're reimagining the seraphim. I like that. Okay, we're good. Those could be alien beings.
I think of the seraphim as being like a bunch of eyeballs and wings and stuff.
Oh. But the seraphim, I mean, nothing keeps the seraphim or hell's aliens, whatever we're going to call them, from coming to Earth. So, the hell's aliens like to stay in hell because they have a chance. They have the opportunity to torture, but maybe the seraphim are guardian angels?
Sure.
Okay. We got to be writing this down somewhere. Okay.
So Gloria...
Let's see.
We need to write this in Gloria's thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to scroll down to it right at the moment. There's Julio. Gotta go past that.
The dinner. How about the lore in the beginning? Because she does it twice, right?
Yeah, she gives a little bit there at the beginning, just the tiniest bit. And then in chapter 9, where she's attacked, we have her giving, like, explaining in detail some stuff. So we could have that there.
Okay, so she... Yeah. Two different people.
Two different demons, fallen angels. Also, that there are
like demons from other universes?
Yeah.
I'm thinking very like cosmic horror.
Yeah, multi-dimensional. Multi-dimensional alien beings who love to get their rocks off in hell. Okay. And
looking upon them is torture.
Yes, just look, just it's like looking upon a beholder.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. By torturing, the seraphim are the multi-dimensional aliens who like people and are guardian angels. Okay, so got that in there.
Okay.
I also put in the whole Gloria's going to explain how humans got it wrong and Lucifer and Satan are two different people, or how humans get it wrong all the time and they're two different people.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's good there. We need to make sure that she comes for help. It's got to be after her coming for help thing, I think.
The gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gloria stood awkwardly on their doorstep, smiling nervously, wringing her hands.
Yeah.
In the darkness, there were beings of such power, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. But we actually got rid of that. Because remember, we're not...
No,
yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Because the darkness was supposed to be before the Big Bang. They were aliens. And we were going to have aliens be vampires initially.
Right.
So we can...
This has like the capacity to become a sci-fi story.
Very easily. Well, I mean, it's going to border on... It's going to border on urban fantasy, contemporary sci-fi.
I think so.
Yeah. Since we are getting multidimensional.
Words.
Yeah. Since we are getting multidimensional. But, I mean, it's just such a snippet. It's just such a dewdrop of sci-fi that it's kind of... I don't know. I still think it's more urban fantasy than anything. Depending on how often we bring the aliens back into the series, if we continue writing more books. Yeah, okay, so here we go. So here's where Kyler is having the stupid vision during the original seance. That's the vision.
I want the vision to be so graphic that it would make him sick.
Yeah, the original vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I wrote in here that it leaves Kyler... Yeah, it leaves Kyler... There's a line here. The vomit hits the back of Kyler's teeth so abruptly, they'd not had the chance to turn away from the atrocities spread before them, and to their shame, the clairvoyant knew they did not move fast enough or far enough to not be sick all over the dead and dying before and underneath them.
Right.
Because they're present in their vision.
Right.
So, yeah. And I've got, just following that, as wave after wave of sick forced itself out.
Mm-hmm.
That made it pretty graphic. Yeah, we've got to get in here the beings. What the heck is that? I didn't start a timer for chat.
Dude, we're coming up on 2 hours.
We are. We could do one more sprint if we wanted to, but it's up to how you're feeling.
Chat into oblivion.
Yeah, I'm good. I wanted to, because we had asked Nikki what she was writing. So a modern day Beauty and the Beast retelling. I really, really enjoy good retellings of the tales. I really do.
I like Fable's takes on fairy tales.
Yeah, I prefer the Fables or the original Grimms.
Or
you
the
know,
original Grimms, yeah.
Yeah, type stuff. Although there are some that were, retold or whatever that were still pretty good. I've written a couple of like short retelling fairy tales, but nothing I want to publish. And Nick, I'm glad you want to tackle it because I am afraid to tackle retelling another story because people are awful, as we saw as we've seen recently when some of our favorite childhood fairy tales, like I don't know, The Little Mermaid, was remade into the live action, and people were awful. I actually saw the live action Little Mermaid, and I thought it was exceptionally good.
To get word to heaven, aka Michael, that there are hellish shenanigans going on.
Yeah. So we don't have to have Michael come at all, but we can.
I think maybe they summon Justicia.
Yeah. Or we do have Kyla reaching out to Daisaku in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Daisaku reaches out to Justicia. Because Kyla tries to find Justicia, remember, and can't.
Oh, right.
So, for whatever reason. So, then they decide, hey, let's have a little seance with Daisaku and see if we can get some help.
With the Daisaku.
Yeah.
And okay, so Doricia suggests that Kyler, since they couldn't locate Justicia with a vision, reach out to this seer to get word to heaven, not Michael.
Basically anyone who's listening, but since Kyler has a direct line, personal connection to Daisaku.
That there are hellish shenanigans going on.
And I love that we get to write Daisaku again. At least a conversation.
So the seer, I'm tempted to use the lady that Daisaku tries to get information from.
Oh, our astral witch?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's put her in there.
I was thinking it would be her.
Totally. I'm good with that.
Okay, cool.
I am good with that. So we do know. So I'm plugging in that Gloria has to go into
to another powerful seer to ask why they couldn't locate Justicia but could locate Daisaku. Then the other seer tells Kyler the importance of the seers not second-guessing their power, or else they undermine their own abilities, cutting them off from their power and all potential.
Yes.
So maybe it's not a new character.
That doesn't have to be. I mean, new as in she gets fleshed out more than just being on the astral plane.
Astral witch. So, and maybe Kyler gets a hold of the seer the same way Daisaku did.
Oh yeah, we could have a good little foot bath channel, foot bath astral connection. It would probably have to be. I don't know. Do we think that's with astral travel? I'm pretty sure astral travel. I'm sorry, I'm thinking through my thought here. I'm pretty sure.
I get it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure astral travel would fall within the general scope of visions and channeling spirits and medium ship and technically necromancy because they're channeling powers of people. I do. I really like those names. I think that's a good idea. And Hunter seems very appropriate for
Gusto, yeah.
Yeah. Belle, Mirabelle, that just goes together. Why Jax? I'm curious. I'm just curious.
Jax, yeah.
It's a good name. I like it. You don't have to change it. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I've got that here. I might be able to repurpose the in the darkness there were beings of such power that they rivaled the hosts of heaven and hell, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure I can rework that.
That's in the second time she spits out lore.
Well, that's where I'm at right now. Is the second time where she's going a little more in depth about the vampire lore and heaven and hell lore.
Mm-hmm.
I just know I'm going to have to rewrite it. It's going to have to be rewritten. So it's no big deal.
Well, it's great for notes.
Yeah, it's amazing for notes. So it's going to be left there. Okay. I've got that there. What else did we talk about? You've got Astral Witch in there. We're bringing in Daisaku. Can't find Justicia is why they're going to Daisaku for the hookup. I think that was what we discussed. We don't have to bring Michael into it now. And, oh yeah, and Justicia has blue fire that can melt demons, human visage, for lack of a better.
So, the Unbound is fighting the vampires.
Yeah, basically trying to keep they're siding with humans. The Unbound are siding with humans, and the vampires are taking Hell's side, and they're against humans, so.
Okay. That have sided with Satan. Maybe not all the vampires are.
Not all of them. A lot of them, like Gloria, chose that. Yeah, they were conscientious, dissenters. Or conscientious objectors. That was it. That was what Vietnam, about what it was called then. Okay.
So the vampires is sided with Peggy.
Yes. And Zebulon. But yeah.
And Zebulon. Because I feel like the be-all, end-all is really Dad coming through Kyler.
Yeah.
And then Zebby, and basically converting Zebby into pro-human.
Yeah. Basically. I think so.
So hold on.
We gotta move.
I'm seeing a wrench in our plot.
Are you on 17, chapter 17?
I am. I'm in the beginning. Zebulon is attacking vampires and beheading them.
Yes. But doing it on behalf of the church, so that the vampires will choose hell and side with hell. They don't know that Zebby is the one that's been killing them. We've got to reveal that here too.
Mm-hmm.
So that was where he channels. Yeah, they channel the his dad, and yeah. Then he channeled when he realizes his dad gets channeled. He realizes he's going to hell too because He's just like his dad. He confesses.
Sure.
Yeah, but the only problem is we already have them ringed in the blue fire at this point to keep them contained.
So do we reveal Peggy as Satan at that point?
Yeah, that is good. Yes. So
I'm basically rewriting that last oh my god, I get this tickle in my throat.
You're okay. You're good. She just loves the name Jax. I get that, Nikki. There are a lot of names that I really love, and they go in.
I love them. Like Daisaku. I love it.
I have a tendency, you will find in most of my books that there is somebody named Rose and somebody named Lily. It's just names that I happen to absolutely love.
Okay. So...
And I don't consciously do it. Okay, so
okay, so I'm rewriting the last that paragraph so that it makes sense.
Yeah.
Kyler goes back to the church. Okay, so
where you're at right now, the bullet point you're at is just where
I think Kyler should talk about that's his plan.
Oh yeah, his plan is to pull up somebody important from Zebulon's life and show.
Important. Would he require a tool? Like an object or something to channel that person?
I think they're going to have something, because it's not like channeling Rufus.
Right.
Rufus was, one, recently dead, and two, somewhat of a willing participant, and three, I'm going to assume was in heaven, not in hell.
Yeah, I'm going to assume who Rufus was in heaven.
Yeah. So I think it's a good idea because we don't want Kyler to be too powerful.
So Justicia obviously makes an appearance.
Yeah.
Right before the climax. Like right before the climax.
Kind of at this, kind of like in between the breaking point, I don't want to do this, I'm not a fighter. And then that's right there at the climax where she shows up.
Maybe it's a vision.
Unless, we've got to have...
Justicia gets a hold of him telepathically and is like, you got to make a choice. Like, appears in a dream or something. And then...
Could be. But we have to have her show up. We got to have the blue fire.
She has to come down during the fight.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's no problem. Yes, so... this scene here is, I'm typing into bullet point 1 on chapter 17. This is a vision conversation between...
In a dream?
Dream, vision.
Whatever.
I'll just put this as a vision or dream conversation.
Okay. Because she shouldn't actually be present.
Yeah, not until...
But she should be like a driving force.
Not until the actual, So, Unbound is fighting. Channel
reveals the plan in the dream.
Wait, what?
So
who reveals what?
Conversation with Justicia is when he reveals his plan.
Kyler's plan?
Kyler's plan.
Oh.
Their plan, sorry.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to call them a he, but
it takes some getting used to.
which is ridiculous because we went through the whole first book calling it them.
Mm-hmm. It just can be when you're tired and it's late in the day. I do it too with a few friends of mine.
Oh,
where
really?
I'll accidentally say she and then I go they. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I
have a couple of people where I think I've always referred to them as they. So, because maybe their birth gender was female, but there's so much testosterone that they don't have periods.
Yeah, that they're masked. That they're more leaning.
So it's a they.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a vision or dream conversation between Justicia and Kyler. And
so Kyler gets the balls during that talk. They get the balls to actually confront Zebulon.
Yes. Kyler reveals how they would. I don't know if I want Kyler to reveal that they're going to channel his dad, though.
No.
So just to see,
so that's his plan to want Zebby with maybe not his dad's soul, maybe with an. I feel like there's a plot that line to go along with that item that they're going to need.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to acquire the item so that they can channel.
Well, if we want to go with... I have some ideas for...
So like a whole separate quest.
Yeah.
For the item. And I'm thinking something like a knife from World War II or something like that. Like,
well, yeah. They need something of his father's.
Exactly.
So, which they can probably get at the church. Because he was the preacher there before Zebby was. So.
Sure.
They can probably get it at the church.
Ooh, what about his Bible?
Oh, his Bible would be great. Oh, especially not just his Bible, but it's the family Bible.
Yeah.
You know, it has
the genealogy.
Yeah, it has all the births and deaths and marriages and, you know, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And is old. Maybe they keep it under glass. Maybe they keep it under lock and key, like under glass, so it can be seen at the church. And I'm thinking that
I love that.
It's a really fun thing for Darian to steal when he's breaking Gloria out.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, because I could just picture like Darian like rushing his little insider informant dude that's in the church and Gloria out, and then just rubbernecking when he sees
the Bible.
And maybe that's part of Darian's power, which we've not run across yet, and we won't really need to actually reveal until later. What if he is like a
brownie or something? Like,
yeah,
he can take shit without any recourse.
Yeah, he basically can take stuff without like any kind of recourse or anything like that. And his power lies in being able to find the important stuff, the powerful stuff, the vital stuff.
So he, like, maybe in another life, he could have been a cat burglar.
Oh, totally.
Like, and I think maybe we'll talk about that a little bit when they call the lieutenant, and the lieutenant's like, "Who's that?"
I think that's perfect. Yeah, like in his youth, or, like maybe he's got a, maybe Darian has a sealed juvie record, a lot like Justicia, but he's well known in whatever town it is that he has a sealed record in. Or, even better, Lieutenant Brenner can reveal that Darian is not just a human. They would know.
Would they know about the Delphian thing, or would they just know that he's not human?
They just know he's not human.
That neither of them are human.
Yeah, that neither of them are. Well, I mean, Kyler is technically human, just infused. Yeah, just godlike infused with prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that maybe they know that Darian isn't fully human, or is only half human, or whatever. So I think that's cool. I like that.
Kyler goes back to the church. So hold up. Strong female lead. The rescue. So no, it's when Darian comes up with a plan to target one of the officers.
Yeah, that's chapter 10, Eye for an Eye.
To get Gloria back. In the end, he's not connected. However, Darian finds the old Bible when so we need to have a scene where Darian is giving the Bible to Kyler.
Yeah, I think we can get that put in there.
Sweetie.
Yeah, got you something to help out, honey. So let's see. Oh, actually, really good time to do it is, hold on. So Darian gets beat up. Remember, we get him kidnapped too.
Right.
And tortured.
I wonder if it's because Darian went after the officer.
Oh yeah, I think so. Well, so and
Darian makes himself like a target by Zebulon's forces, and Zebulon's forces kidnap him.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Like a van drives up and like fucking snatch him off the street.
Yeah. So I actually think in the climax in chapter 17 we can put Justicia here, where she's like, "Hey, you got to make a choice," and Kyler's like, "Hey, I guess okay," and I put in here Justicia tells Kyler that she's on her way to help, but it won't do any good if Kyler doesn't buy her time. So Kyler thinks they're buying time by channeling.
Perfect.
That Darian then presents to Kyler here to help.
So he has to snap out of the dream/vision thing in order to interact with Darian.
I don't think that'll be too hard. We can yeah, I don't think that'll be too hard. Kyler could be thrashing around in their sleep. I mean,
yeah.
I'm assuming Darian does do the occasional sleepover.
I think that sounds great.
Yeah. So Kyler then buys time by using.
Maybe Kyler is staying at Darian's place because
they can't be found. That's a good idea.
He's like, Kyler's like, I can't go home. Like that they know where I live. It's my place of business.
And Kyler then buys time by using the Bible. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
I think that works.
that makes sense.
And I think we got just about everything in here. We do need to.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Unbound is fighting the vampires that have sided with Peggy and Zebulon. The question becomes, because it's a big brawl, right? So the fight is interrupted when Justicia
Blue Ring of Fire.
No, the fight is interrupted when Dad's voice comes out of Kyler.
Okay. But just but when is Justicia gonna ring them in fire?
The channeling has to happen first.
That's true. Oh, well, she basically let me see. I was adding
happens, yeah.
Let me scroll back down. Okay, so correct.
Zebulon calls off his forces in order to pay attention to the guy who sounds like his dad.
Yeah. And that actually is not a bad time for Justicia to literally show up.
Maybe it's Grandpa. Would it be Dad or... I like the idea of it being like a generational position that Zebulon's in.
Yeah.
And so he's breaking the chain by rebelling against Satan.
Okay, I like that. It's particularly fun if we have Kyler channel multiple family members.
One at a time or both at the same time?
I'm kind of thinking overlapping voices. Like, it's their voice. Like, Kyler has their soul, like, whatever. They're inhabiting Kyler, whatever it is that's happening, like Rufus did. And they are talking over one another, but with their individual voices. Like,
out loud.
Out loud, out of Kyler's mouth.
Neat.
Yeah, and Kyler can speak during it too.
I don't know if Kyler is gonna speak during it. I think Kyler...
maybe not to break they wouldn't want to break the spell of what's happening.
Right. So Zebulon kind of like... is fighting Zebulon's... Oh my god, caps.
Mm-hmm. I don't have caps on my...
Zebulon's forces and the vampires that have sided with Peggy and Zebulon. The fight is interrupted. Nope. The fight is not interrupted then.
So in the third one,
channels the souls of Zeb's father, who is in hell, father and grandfather.
Yeah. To show that hate is generational.
Who are both in hell.
There we go.
To Zeb into realizing he's working for Satan and not heaven.
Okay. All takes place
when Satan has the vampires. No, I think I think that the vampires should side with yeah, I think
Well, they will side with
but
heaven.
not during the climax.
Not during the climax.
I feel like they should.
Oh, we should do that in the Going Home, chapter 18. I mean, we've got the Mage Council attempting to recruit Kyler. Here. Hey, Kay! How's it going? We're basically
we're so over time.
Yeah, we're
having fun working.
Yeah, we're so over time. We're having fun just chit-chatting and brainstorming we're working out a couple of kinks.
We're working out a couple of kinks in our third act.
Yeah. So mostly chit-chatting. I don't know that we'll
do another.
I don't know that we're going to do another sprint. So I love seeing you here, and I don't think I've actually seen you here before, unless you have changed.
Okay's on my channel.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. So yeah, that's what we're doing at the moment because we're like half hour over, and my wife is not paying attention to how long I'm streaming because she's playing video games.
Neat.
Not that she would care.
Oh, Kay just woke up anyway.
Okay.
Aw, thank you, Nicole.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, Nikki, keep chatting. I'm having fun hearing y'all brainstorm. Yeah, so this is how Sako and I did book 1. It's how we're doing book 2. This is the kind of chit chat that we do behind the scenes. And this is also how I do all of my working out plot holes, kinks, issues. I just usually find another writer and bounce the plot off of them. Bounce ideas. Yeah, so the bullet actually, since we are
okay, so that needs to be rewritten. So
let's have some fun at least. You can at least share.
Zeb turns on Satan and they all attack.
Of course, Nikki. Go ahead. Tell us about your character so far. Kay does the same thing. I think we all do. Like, I think just about every writer I know, at least out loud, even if to themselves, out loud, will talk through their story. I know my friend Molly does.
Oh yeah.
Mainly because, her family just thinks she's crazy anyway for wanting to write books. But yeah, I know she talks through it and then hits me up if she has any stumbling points that she can't get over. Okay, yeah. Justicia, we've got Justicia shows up the moment the vampires officially pledge to help Satan overthrow Lucifer.
Maybe the Satan and the vampires' allegiance thing is the vision for book 3.
No, the Satan and the vampires' allegiance thing is here. They have to pledge allegiance to
Satan.
To Satan before all of this, to be fighting alongside, right? Hold on. How are we doing that?
Is Satan?
Oh, we gave ourselves a kink.
Yeah, there's a monkey wrench in the.
Yeah, and not the fun kind of kink, the bad kind of kink.
Let's see. Zeb turns on Satan, and they attack. Satan. Oh, excuse me. Peggy.
Yes.
Working for Peggy and not Heaven. Zeb turns on Peggy, and they all attack her. Peggy reveals that the vampires have accepted the invitation to align.
Okay, so we've got...
So Peggy and the vampires fight Zebulon and the Unbound. Justicia shows up.
Rings them in the fire.
Shows up in a ring of blue fire. Shows up the moment the vampires officially pledged to help.
Yeah, but this comes too late because he's already channeled his dad and grandpa. Or they've already channeled dad and grandpa here, having Zebby break down. See, we've got a little bit of a continuity issue. What if...
Oh, I see what's happening.
Yeah. So what if the dream between Kyler and Justicia... What if we show the vampires pledging allegiance to Satan? You know, because it wouldn't be... It's not going to be Peggy. Because that's...
Doesn't Kyler get a vision of... Yeah, so Kyler gets the vision of Satan as Peggy.
Where?
In chapter 15.
Oh, did we do that there? Maybe
So
elder
that
vampires.
is the vision. That is the vision that... and maybe in the same vision, he sees the vampires pledging allegiance.
Yeah.
Is that too soon? Because that's the midpoint.
Yeah, that's midpoint. And I wonder if maybe we can't see Peggy. Maybe... Oh, man, hold on. Okay, so the elder vampires keep popping in and out of Kyler's head.
Mm-hmm.
What if they just straight up tell Kyler, the church is slaughtering them, they're going to side with hell. Hell made them...
Sounds great.
Hell made them a deal. Okay. Yeah.
During the seance and tell Kyler that the vampires have been slaughtered
by heavenly forces,
and therefore they side with Satan.
Okay, that sounds good. I don't think we should have the Peggy Satan vision here. I don't think we should have it as a vision. I think we just literally have Peggy melt away from Satan and all becomes revealed.
That's great.
Okay, cool.
That's great.
All right, let's figure that out. So we've got Justicia saying, hang on and I'll be there, just buy some time. Darian gives the Bible to help buy some time. Kyler goes to the church, massive fight. The vampires are already... The Unbound is already fighting against the vampires. Here's the problem we have.
Or is it Zebulon's forces? Because
Yeah.
they've been spying on... Because Daricia is the one spying on Zebulon in the beginning.
Yeah. So it's Zebulon's forces that they're fighting. The vampires gotta show up. But when? If they were there at the beginning, they won't be sided with Zebulon and Peggy because they're the church. So they would be the quote-unquote heavenly forces. So
Just see she shows up in a ring of blue fire, stopping everyone from fighting.
What if we don't have the vampires
And
here?
Fire cleanses Peggy, hold on, Satan of their Peggy suit.
Yep. Melted wax. Love it.
Wax.
Yeah, so what if the vampires, there might be a handful of vampires here, but they would be Gloria and maybe her Methuselah. Doubtful. There'd be a handful of the vampires that don't like the fallen in with hell. So we
when Satan has the vampire's allegiance, Satan overthrows Lucifer or plans to overthrow Lucifer?
That's the plan.
Plans to overthrow Lucifer in hell.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that in Going Home or is that earlier?
That's got to be in Going Home.
You think so?
Hold on.
Is that a vision is that a vision that Kyler has? Is that how we reveal that? And then we can bring back the Sisters Grey being like, you gotta stop that.
Well, so at the end of the climax, we have Peggy melting away to reveal Satan.
Mm-hmm.
I think we
So maybe hold on. So he's been realizing he's been working for Satan for sure and not heaven. Debbie turns on Peggy and they all attack her.
So I think we need to take out that the vampires accepted the invitation and just leave that in 15. In 15, where we give Kyler the vision. And then, so we take that section out here. Peggy melts away. Satan. Yeah. Peggy melts away. Hold on. I'm going to.
Why does this seem smaller? It's not, but it seems smaller.
So yeah, I don't think we should have the vampire. I don't think we should have the vampires in mass there at all. And I don't, other than
this
fighting
should be a Zebulon versus
the Unbound and a few smattering of vampires that maybe lost their children or lost their elder.
Like Tiamat dies in front of Gloria.
Yeah. So Gloria is gonna show up, and I'm sure she has. I mean, one of her children was killed.
Mm-hmm.
We have that. So,
she wants vengeance.
Yeah, she wants vengeance. She could have more children, and then of course anybody that's aligned with her and their kids, or children. So yeah. So this would be Gloria and select vampires who resisted the allegiance to Satan.
I don't know. Because we don't see the allegiance happening until the epilogue.
No, we see the allegiance happening up here in 15. 15, back home, old gigs. Elder vampires refuse to stay out of Kyler's head during seance and tell Kyler that the vampires have been are being slaughtered by heavenly forces, and therefore they side with Satan. Yeah, so we don't need Peggy. I don't think we need this. We could need a different bullet point here, a different forcing Kyler to regress. I mean, I don't think it's going to force Kyler to regress. I mean, they can be overwhelmed, like super overwhelmed by it all, and maybe have like whatever moments of doubt whether they can do it or not. And then the Sisters of Grey show up and tell them how powerful they are. Incoming Ginger alert!
So, hello, Ginger.
Yeah, and this is where overwhelmed, doubts themselves, and the Sisters of Grey show up to basically prove Kyler's got the chops.
Do they open up his channeling? Because I think up until this point, it's been out of his control.
Oh, yeah. I think so. I think this is when they officially dub Kyler the Delphian, the voice of Apollo, the Oracle of Pythia. That's when the sisters open up Kyler's full range of abilities. At least the toe in the shallow end of those abilities. Of some
to inspire Kyler to their fullest potential.
There we go. And it goes right into who are you? So we maybe need to have, I think, the vision of Satan attracting. No, because we don't have the vision of Satan here anymore. So I think the Sisters Grey are just attracted because they know what's happening.
I think this scene should happen later.
Which scene?
The scene where Kyler is doubting himself and the Sisters Grey show up to show the fullest potential.
We could put it after. Well, we've already got down here, Kyler, you're not only a Delphian, you are the Delphian. In 16.
So I'll put it in 16, and then that's when they have their doubts. That's when they have their I'm not a fighter.
And
the Sisters Grey are already there. Inspire Kyler to their fullest potential.
But bullet point 1 doesn't quite work for the opening that we have. For the Sisters Grey, because of the vision, they are notified, alerted, whatever, and they attempt to cut. If they're the ones that know that Kyler is the Delphian, they wouldn't try and cut their cord.
The only reason why they want to try to cut the cord is because Kyler sends off a flare, basically, psychically, and attracts the attention of the Sisters Grey.
Yeah, but I don't I don't know
But
why.
if it hasn't happened,
Oh, I guess that's true. The future vision. Wait. Wait. Hold on. Future vision. Let me see.
that would be really interesting.
Yeah. So it's
I see where you're going with that.
a future vision.
A future vision of Satan.
Satan. Maybe not Satan, just a future vision. Cut it there, because we don't know who our antagonist is going to be for book 3 if we continue. Because we haven't fleshed out enough of that yet. Oh. No. Oh, well, hold on. No, hold on. My brain is trying to put something together. Nikki, I do promise I am going to get to your character things in a minute. I really want to go through them. They look interesting. Okay, you gotta pick a side, blah, 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 blah. Kyler goes back to church, masses think. So maybe... Oh, it's simple. It's a time paradox, but whatever. We're dealing with the fates, and I love them too. Okay, Kyler's going to channel some massive energy. They are going to break open hell and channel two souls out of hell. That's enough to alert the sisters right there. They would attempt to cut it. When they try to cut it, they find they can't. So the sisters have to look further as to why.
What about a future vision of Satan what exactly? So Satan is what about Satan are we revealing?
That Satan is trying to overthrow Lucifer and kickstart the apocalypse.
Is trying to start the apocalypse. Apocalypse.
CAL. There you go.
Apocalypse. By overthrowing Lucifer. So Kyler maybe complains that they never had such a vision. Oh, but we see the future and the past and the present.
Yeah. But I still think they wouldn't try to kill Kyler. I know it's a super powerful vision. Well, they're neutral, so I guess
they're
100% neutral.
They are WYRD. So
okay.
But I see your concern.
Yeah.
So
I know they're neutral, but I don't know that they would
go after Kyler.
I don't know that they'd go after Kyler for a vision of a potential future.
But maybe we show them just flippantly cutting cords.
The whole problem is our point of view so far is only from Kyler's point of view.
Oh.
Like our whole POV has been Kyler's point of view only. So unless we start... Well, I take it back. Hasn't been Kyler's point of view only. Because we've had Doricia doing stuff. And no, we're third person omniscient. We're okay.
We're third person.
Yeah. Oh, I mean...
We can retool the chapter 16 so that maybe it's another vision.
Yeah, I'm going to highlight... I'm going to highlight this section.
Just that whole thing.
Yeah, I'm
And
just going to...
we'll come back to it.
Yep, agreed. Okay. Oh. So we will come back to the section. We will figure out that what scares the sisters enough that they would try to cut Kyler's cord.
Would they be scared, though? Or would they just flippantly try to do it?
They're not really capricious, though.
I could see them being capricious.
It kind of goes against the whole balanced neutral thing. Just right and left, cutting cords. I don't know. We'll have to think about it. Well, I personally still love the whole they see the fact that Kyler breaks hell open to retrieve 2 souls, which is not supposed to be nobody is supposed to be able to do that, period.
So hold up. Maybe chapter 16 becomes chapter 18. And the climax is chapter 16. Because it would be channeling 2 souls from hell that actually attract the Sisters Grey. And the Sisters Grey are like, oh shit, you're not human.
But Kyler is human.
But he's Delphian.
But they're still human. They're still a human being in that role. 100% DNA human. I really, really like them seeing them channeling. I really like the sisters seeing Kyler channeling the souls in the future and go, oh crap, that violates things. The things aren't supposed to come back from hell. Period. In any way, shape, or form. Heaven is one thing. But now Kyler has the power to channel the hellish undead. That's a huge power. And maybe they do get a little scared of it. Or maybe they cut the cord not because they're scared, but because that's what they're supposed to do if that happens.
So a future vision of not Satan.
No, this would be Kyler doing the channeling.
The 2 souls that Kyler channels.
Mm-hmm. Which should never happen. It's never supposed to happen.
Which aren't supposed. Which defies reality.
Yeah, defies. It defies reality. It defies the parameters of reality. Whatever we want to. So it attracts. Go. Attracts the attention of the Sisters Grey. They attempt to cut the life cord because Kyler violates natural law.
Even though they haven't done so yet.
Yeah, even though they haven't done it yet. Since the sisters can see past, present, and future, that vision of Kyler's future acts is enough for them to go, they are going to break that? Like, I mean, we could even shrug it away as there are points in time that can't change, that aren't in flux. So Kyler has to become the Delphian. It doesn't become the Delphian until they can channel. I don't know. We're going to think about that some more, but I want to go up and read Nikki's stuff.
Yes. Let us do the thing.
Yeah, I'm going to pull this away for now. Okay. So, Jackson, the Beast Thompson, I know he's not the Beast, but whatever, is a CEO of his own publishing writing company, former boxing fighter, tough on everyone around him but the people close to him, and ends up alone because he pushed people away at first, which makes him alone until he meets Maribel. And she changes everything for him, makes him believe in love, wears a half mask covering a big scar on the side of his face. That box from a boxing match. Okay, cool. Maribel Bell Evans is a sweet, loving girl who has a huge heart, and her parents, Mr. Evans and Mrs. Evans, sell her to Hunter Gusto Garrison to pay off their debts. Okay.
Is it Gaston that you're talking about? Not Gusto?
Also,
was Gaston's little toady.
that was LeFou.
LeFou, never mind.
Yeah. I don't know. I assumed Hunter was Gaston. I just guess I didn't read it that clearly. Also, what time period is this in? Because I don't know that her parents would sell her in modern day, and he's a CEO.
Okay.
I don't know. I just have questions. I'm not saying any of it's wrong. I just have questions. Okay. Meets Jackson, takes her away from Hunter, finally sees Jack's beast face, tells him doesn't think he's a beast. Okay, Hunter is a former boxing fighter too, narcissistic jerk, uses Maribel, trolls her, hurts her until Beast comes along to rescue her. Something like this tells Jax that he will find her wherever she goes and take her back. She always belongs to him. Okay. And that's all you got so far.
Oh, Hunter is Gaston. Okay.
Okay. Are you Owen? Who you Owen here, RC? Who you yadding?
I guess.
Us.
I think RC is trying to get my attention.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're 3 hours into the.
Oh, blah. We came up with some good stuff here.
We did, but I think we need to clock out.
Yes, we do.
I
Okay.
say we keep that highlighted
Yes.
and we come back to it next week.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because my thoughts here are Kyler channeling the generational thing is a fixed point in time. It has to happen. Or they see it's a fixed point in time. Or don't see it. I'm sorry, they don't see it's a fixed point in time. They attempt to cut the cord. The cord can't be cut because it is a fixed point in time.
Okay.
That's my thought there. I'll put it in here. We'll talk about it more later.
We'll talk about it more later.
Okay. All right. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out an extra hour with us this evening while we literally worked through every monkey wrench that we have in our third act, essentially. So, but I had a good time tonight. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. I have missed.
It was really fun.
Yep.
And we needed to work out those kinks in the third act.
We did. We really did. Because there are things we have to go back and weave in now. Okay, cool. Sako, do you want to do your outro?
Which is the same as my intro.
Pretty much.
Hi, everybody. I am Sako Tumi, also known as Cass Voit. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those three things. If you like this video at any point, I encourage you to hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this one, you can find us next week on my channel at this time, 9 p.m. Eastern.
To 11 p.m.
To
normally.
11 p.m. is the idea.
Yeah.
And you might want to ring the bell on the off chance that YouTube actually notifies you when I go live, and we will catch you guys on the flip side.
Absolutely. And y'all know me. I am BC Brown. This is my channel. I hope you know where you are. If not, you have bigger problems than the story that you're writing right now. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us, y'all. We will see you next week on Sako's channel. You can find her, Sako Tumi, on YouTube. Her stuff is all down below, by the way, as well as where you can find me and her on socials. So come and hang out with us, get weird about words, and we'll see you next week.